Got some man down tonight.
Oh, no.
It's all right, man. Cole, you ready to do this, babe?
Oh, yeah. I got my notes here for IndyCar.
I'm excited to hear your thoughts.
Yeah. I've been trying to keep a tight lip so I can save it for the show.
I know, because we haven't talked at all about it yet.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Richie, how about a 4-shot, maybe?
Oh, I can't do that.
So it's all on me the whole damn time?
For now, yeah, there's you and Crash.
All right, we'll just do
Oh, we'll
that,
do
man.
that.
Tired of looking at my ass for freaking kicking it off. All right, we got 50 seconds, yo.
White flag.
White flag.
White
there.
flag.
Skip
It's time
Jack.
by.
how come in all these years I never thought of doing a minute countdown like you have just done tonight? With laps to go. 3 to go this time by.
It's always
White
racing. Always racing for me. Is this
Perfect.
30
okay?
seconds.
Does it sound okay if I sit here and don't lean in, or should I lean in?
I think it sounds good.
All right, cool. Try and talk loud too.
Richie, you ready? Got 20 seconds.
Yep.
All right.
41, 42, 43.
Right. All right, yo, let's get this thing going. Congratulations to Christpher Bell.
You have broccoli and you don't. Okay.
5,
broccoli?
4,
'Cause I just ate
3,
broccoli.
2, and 1.
Have you ever apologized to Scott Dixon for kicking his ass?
No.
The only thing that you want is being able to make passes on guys whenever you're faster than them. And to do that, it takes different lanes.
Look, Richard Petty, he's the king, and he never drove anything else, just, NASCAR.
Do you slap Christopher Bell around like you did Bobby Labonte 25 years ago?
I don't know. Most of the time, I think I work for the drivers.
Please hang up and try again.
Live on the Freak Radio Network, broadcasting from the Lucas Oil Studios. Driven by General Tire.
Rock on, baby!
It's Speed Freaks. Motorsports Radio redefined with Kenny Sargent.
We love to party.
Crash Gladys.
What are we doing for the bachelorette party?
Here's the Freaks.
You know, I just want to start it out at the gate, Freak Nation, and I hate to say this because I am one of the biggest snorkelers of this young man, but Christopher Bell is the greatest NASCAR Cup Series driver right now on the planet. We know that I'm a big freaking Kyle Larson fan, but Kyle Larson can't get out of his own freaking way. Damn it! And I don't like it, but Phoenix is coming up. Kyle Larson for the win. Making my call right now. How you doing, Freak Nation? We got Crasher, Richard C. Suave, Cole. We're all here for you guys, Freak Nation. Thanks for being a part of this big old thing. We're going to hear from today's winner. Christopher Bell will be here in the Freak Nation. We'll also hear from today's IndyCar Series winner. Alex Palou joins us here. And Mario Andretti celebrated his 85th birthday on Friday. We're celebrating our 25th anniversary of being Speed Freaks. So why not? Mario Andretti here in the Freak Nation. Also, the Money Stop, your one stop to find out how to make a whole crap ton of college money for your kids.
That's one way of looking at it.
We'll get to the latest numbers from those guys and how well they did coming up sometime in the show. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We're there for it, speedfreaks.tv. And, of course, man, we're blowing up TikTok, Richie. Nice job, my friend. Never thought I would say that. I've been such a lame dude when it came to TikTok, but my God, did we get people fired up.
The TikTok is blowing up. The people were very angry at me for saying Kyle Larson is overrated on the TikTok this week.
Because you're wrong. You're wrong.
I'm not wrong.
Who's rating the guy? Who rates him?
We the people.
The people.
I just said Christopher Bell is the greatest NASCAR driver going right now.
He's won 2 races this year, so you wouldn't be wrong. He leads the points.
It's a stretch, isn't it?
Small
Yeah.
sample size, but yes.
Can I jump in here and just say I want to say that Christpher Bell and William Byron are the top 2 drivers in the sport right now. Mentioned that on the money stuff, by the way. But I do agree, Christpher Bell, best in series right now.
Yep. So we'll hear from Christpher Bell here in the Freak Nation. Kyle Larson, again, as I said, cannot get out of his own freaking way. How many of you had freaking Kyle Busch winning this thing in Austin? How many? Anybody? No? No.
But I would never count him out on a road course. And when he tweeted, X'd, whatever we're calling it, that it was just a couple years ago that he got second place there and he knew he had a fast car, I was like, he might be one to watch. And he was one to watch, actually.
Dude.
He gave us some great stuff. And he led the most laps today. So, yeah, it was pretty good.
I want to talk about this Gen 7 car. We're not supposed to talk about it now, are we? We're going to save it. Should we talk about this
We
now?
don't have rules on this show.
I know. I just kind of have an outline here of where I'm going to go. But damn it, the younger set here on the show reminded me, and it's true, that this was the most exciting race that I can remember. With this Gen 7 car that debuted in 2022. There are, of course, some legendary back and forth between road course specialists, and one in particular was at COTA with Ross Chastain and A.J. Allmendinger. But when I talk about this being the best race, at one time, there were 6, 7 cars that could win this damn race the last 20, 25 laps, and you saw it. The last 3 or 4 laps, there were 4 cars that could win this damn. Tyler Reddick, I thought, somehow was going to sneak into this thing because William Byron and Christpher Bell didn't get after each other. But, man, this is one of the cleanest freaking road course races I've seen in a long damn time.
They have arrived. The NASCAR brethren have arrived. They have proven themselves to be amazing on road courses. They did that a little while ago, but today was fantastic because you could pass throughout the field. And we saw, yes, Kyle Busch led the most laps, but we saw some really good strategies playing out and passes that were difficult, but not impossible up front. And then, like I said, passing all throughout the field. It was a really good spectacle to watch.
Cole Cusimano, I need your take on this because you spent a good 2.5 hours watching the IndyCar race. Let me back up just a second. You've never watched an IndyCar race flag to flag, right?
No, my extensive IndyCar coverage has been like popping in and out of the Indy 500, honestly.
Copy.
Yeah, so this is my first time flag to flag watching the Indy season opener, and I really did enjoy it. Want me to go fully into detail right now?
Not yet, because I'm getting to a point
I'm
here.
I'm bitching.
I know.
Let's call it tease. Stick around, Freak Nation.
I like that you did that. It's fantastic. And if the Freak Nation follows us, they know that you're the newbie here. They know that there's going to be some motorsport series, 2-wheel and 4-wheel, that you've never covered, but you're going to fall in love with pretty quick. And one person in particular that fell in love with open wheel after NASCAR was an 11-year-old by the name of Henley Hambone. Yeah, Henley Hambone, our daughter. And when the first 5 laps were going at COTA, because she spent flag to flag with me or us watching the IndyCar race, she goes, "Really? This is just 5 laps, man?" She was already bored with COTA. And it turned out to be a fantastic road course race.
Yes. And she still watched that one flag to flag too. Let's be honest.
And she knows every one of these race car drivers and these team owners. It's so fun to watch. But she's a good judge of how the younger set watches these races. And one of these younger set individuals, Richie, we got some Christpher Bell ready to go.
I can pull it up, yes.
All right.
Absolutely.
One of these younger individuals, Christpher Bell isn't that young anymore. He is not that. Was he 30?
He's in his 30s, yeah. Is
that right?
A little older than me. I just turned 29, so yeah. He's up there.
He is.
Oh my goodness.
Think about that.
I guess if we're talking in Connor Zilich's age.
Right?
Wow.
Yeah. So Christpher Bell, post-race, Richard C. Suave, he had something to say. Really kind of surprised us with some of his comments.
Yeah, so going back to kind of exactly what we were saying just a minute ago, like compared to road course races in the past, where everybody would plow through everybody and it would be a big disaster, outside of lap 1 of the race at COTA, it was very, very clean. Into this race was 3 guys who are at the top level of their sport right now, championship level drivers, and they race each other clean for the final 15, 20 laps, the entire final stint of this race. And Christpher Bell was asked about the differences between last year when him and Kyle Busch got into things a little bit compared to this year, and how this year's COTA race, the 2025 race, was a lot cleaner.
You know, last year, obviously I had the mishap with Kyle Busch, and I
I pride myself on racing respectful, and I feel like my image around the garage is respected in that aspect, and people know that I race clean. And William repaid that today. He ran extremely hard, but fair and clean, and we saw a heck of a race out of it.
How many were having deja vu from last year with Kyle Busch and Christopher Bell? Anybody? Was that last year?
Without question.
Or was that 2023?
Well, twice they've had issues here, right, Cole?
Yeah, twice.
Yeah, we were all talking about it.
Yeah, I was thinking that might boil over to a head at some point with Kyle Busch going for breaking that 59 race winless streak. But no, they kept it clean. Racing was phenomenal, though. I really enjoyed it.
Do we want it clean, though? And I'm not
Every
saying,
once in a while, yes.
Do we want it clean?
I feel like it was clean in a sense where they weren't taking people out.
Yeah.
But I feel like the racing in itself was still very aggressive and entertaining. So
Nailed it.
yes and no. I don't want to see guys getting turned every freaking lap and causing cautions, but
That's garbage.
I think it was aggressive enough to where it was entertaining.
I just go back to the alter ego of Carson Hocevar, the Kosovar, and really how it's turned back in Carson's favor of a lot of the big-time drivers, even retired drivers. Kevin Harvick continues to hammer it about, dude, full throttle, keep at it. But you're only two seasons into your Cup season. Yeah, two seasons into your Cup ride.
There you go.
Have at it. And I think if we had that every week, we would have something to really go after. But we don't. But you're right. We had maybe if two of those last four cars were drivers that haven't won, with Christopher Bell and William Boring. Both those guys had won before. You had Tyler Reddick in there. Kyle Busch used up every bit of that rear end of his freaking car. Mm-hmm. And Kyle Busch of 15 years ago, might have seen a different story with him. Right?
Prior to Bell taking the race-winning lead, him and Busch were all over each other, banging doors for a full lap. So, it's still there. But I definitely agree with you for that, for sure.
But that was badass.
It was awesome.
When there weren't any cheap shots in there. And you just know Christopher Bell is going, I just don't want him coming down to my pits again.
He admitted that.
Yeah.
He admitted that in his post-race interview on Fox. He said, I don't know his exact words, but I kept thinking about last year is what he said, and I just didn't want that again. So, yeah, you nailed it, Kenny. That's exactly what was going through his head under the helmet.
Freak Nation, coming up, we'll hear more from your Austin winner. Christopher Bell will be joining us here in the Freak Nation. Alex Palou, we spent some good time with him after his IndyCar Series debut season win on IndyCar on Fox. I couldn't say Fox, it's IndyCar on Fox. We'll talk about that too. What do you think of that broadcast, that trio of those with the IndyCar Series? Oh yeah, plenty to talk about here. More with Christopher Bell coming up, Speed Freaks Pits and the Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
As your power steering pump ages, seal leaks may occur, causing the power steering system to lose fluid. Your power steering system may also develop an annoying squeal, and the steering may become more difficult to handle. By using Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak, you will stop the seal leaks, reduce slack in rack and pinion, eliminate the squeals and hard spots in your power steering system. It is guaranteed to stop seal leaks or your money back. Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak. It works.
This segment of Speed Freaks is brought to you by BetterHelp. Go to betterhelp.com/speedfreaks now. And for those of you that have experienced therapy in the past, you know the benefits. Good on you. If you haven't, don't let it intimidate you. Therapy is so soothing. It's the way that color and stability can be added to your life. Listen, guys, we're a couple months into 2025. Have those resolutions really been working? Are you where you thought you were going to be? And it's okay to say no, because if not, maybe you need a little extra nudge in your life. Only you have the power to write your own story. And sometimes writing your story requires a little bit of a sidekick. BetterHelp can be that sidekick to help add color to your experiences, to help you with better relationships, to help everything have more meaning in your life. This type of therapy is pretty incredible. You don't have to drive 30 minutes out to a therapist and then drive another 30 minutes back, taxing you 60 minutes out of your day. This is convenient, online, and extremely affordable. Go check it out at betterhelp.com/speedfreaks for 10% off your first month. Add color, add meaning, add a little bit more happiness to your life. Give yourself that exhale that just helps you get through today, tomorrow, and the next month. That's what you owe yourself this 2025. That's betterhelp.com/speedfreaks, betterhelp, HELP.com. You owe it to yourself.
Well, Freak Nation, it's that time of the year when General Tire would like to hand you some cold, hard cash. Now through the end of April, purchase a set of 4 qualifying passenger tires from General Tire and get up to $80 back on a Visa prepaid card. Plus, if you purchase the 4 qualifying passenger tires with your General Tire credit card, you can get up to an additional $80 added to your Visa prepaid card. For more information, hit them up, GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire Speed Freaks for over 2 decades.
Spring forward with real unlimited data from Straight Talk this tax season and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. So you can stream games during Mad March hours, check the weather for April showers, and watch gardening videos about May flowers. Straight Talk, real unlimited data, available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 4/15/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires purchase of single line gold unlimited plan or higher. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, make your plans now to get yourself a new set of General Tires. Go to GeneralTire.com to find the tires for your ride. And now through the end of April, Freak Nation, get up to $80 back with a Visa prepaid card on tires for passenger cars. Go to GeneralTire.com. That's GeneralTire.com to find out how you can get some scoots back in your pocket when you buy yourself 4 qualifying passenger tires. Getting back into our conversation regarding COTA, man, and actually a damn good road course race. As we said, 2022, the Gen 7 car was introduced, and I can't think of a better road course race than this. Well, hold on just a second. Hold on. And I know that there were some weather factors involved, but how soon we forget Chicago?
I was going to say that. That was probably my other pick here. I think
Yeah.
both Chicago races were just as good, if not better. But going back to what we were talking about in the first segment, Cole, both of those races were a little bit more clown show-esque because of the rain, and it was so hard to drive those cars in the rain. Again, I was there, Cole. You and I were both there last year, right?
Yeah.
And I thought that race was terrific up until the end, and that was the only one that really comes close to this one in terms of being competitive, not knowing who is going to win until the end of the race. So it was a coin flip, that parity, and we'll hear from Christpher Bell in just a second, talking about exactly that, the parity. But you're right. I think it's Chicago, and then I don't remember Sonoma much. I don't really remember much about the Roval anymore. It's not as good as it used to be. But for whatever reason, this race, whether it be the changes that they made to the track at COTA with that turn 6A and 6B, top notch, 10 out of 10.
What do you give it? Do you give it the fact that there were a number of drivers who could win this thing 10, 15 laps left of the race? Do you give it that? Or just a gentlemanly driving part of the race? Cole?
I think that's part of it. I mean, throughout the entire race, you could pinpoint maybe like 10 drivers that could have won this thing. But those final 15 laps where it was those 4 drivers under one blanket for that win was just incredible. Again, I think the aggressive yet cordial driving was really nice as well. But yeah, I think just shortening up the course by a mile, it just made it like 10 times better. I don't know what the deal was with that, but I enjoyed the hell out of it, honestly.
Crasher, have you seen or anybody seen reaction from the drivers on running this course, this shortened course? I didn't see anything in regards to qualifying or practice, but anything post-race about how they liked it shorter or they would have preferred it longer?
Yeah, I was listening to the Christpher Bell post-race interview, and he wasn't asked specifically about that and really didn't make too much of a comment in terms of how it affected the race overall compared to previous seasons.
I think Alex Bowman said something to Fox. They aired it during the race where he said he was kind of nervous going in, but he adapted really quickly to it. Also got a top 10 out of that. But he said he enjoyed the new reconfiguration, and he thought it produced better racing and more passing opportunities.
Freak Nation, don't forget
passengers.
Wednesdays, 3 p.m. No, hold on a second. That is 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. It's Horsepower Hump Day with the Freaks right here on your YouTube channel, where we still spend some time highlighting what happened over the weekend and then get into a lot of what's happening for the next weekend, which, of course, will be Phoenix. And we may have the Big Cat, Brad Sweet, join us, and Michael McDowell join us this Wednesday. But first, Richie, let's get into the parody conversation with Christpher Bell, where it seems as if he enjoyed it and was curious if really we enjoyed it, Richard.
Yeah, Christpher Bell, he was asked about this stat, how Christpher Bell has now won back-to-back races. This is the first time since 2023 that, I believe it was Chris Buescher, was the last time that there's been back-to-back consecutive winners. That is the longest in the history of the NASCAR Cup Series.
Come on.
Yeah. And Christpher Bell was asked about that, and I thought he brings up an interesting little point here at the end, and I think it may provide for an interesting conversation. This is Christpher Bell after his win at COTA.
I mean, I definitely think the schedule has something to do with it. You know, adding another super speedway in the fold with Atlanta. The road courses, you know, I guess there is more now than what there was in the past, but with the super speedway stuff and the next gen car just really leveling the playing field and not just, you know, there's a lot of competitive cars now where back in the day, I remember it was the big three, right? Everyone had the big three. It was Kyle, Martin, and Harvick there for a little bit, and different guys would come and go. But it seemed like those teams had a little bit extra, where now with the next gen car, you can't really get that advantage. So winning has certainly become harder, and more guys are capable of it. So whether that's a good or a bad thing is debatable.
I don't think that's a bad thing at all. I think well, I can't speak for everybody. I'm one who likes parity. I want to see numerous drivers in victory lane. I want to see not just one team dominating. That's one of the reasons why I don't enjoy always watching Formula One. A couple years ago, when there was parity in Formula One, I was all about it again. But that's what draws me to motorsports frequently, is the parity. So yes, it's a good thing. Why would it be a bad thing?
Well, let me just back it up a quick second here. Christpher Bell goes out and wins Phoenix. That's 3 out of 4 races.
Okay, then we don't have parity.
Yeah, we just need one more race to shoot a hole in that thought. What if he goes out and kicks ass and wins that damn thing? Right?
Well, then we have to have a completely different question to ask him.
I honestly,
gone.
look, we're going to get into this a little bit later in the show, a tease to stick around, but I think he's getting at something, which is that the fact that NASCAR has so much parity nowadays is part of the reason why so many drivers, so many fans have a problem with the playoff system. And I think that's what he's hinting at, and we're going to get to that coming up a little bit later in the show, but I agree with you, Crash. Like, I watch sports because of the parity. I want there to be I want races, I want games to be as competitive as humanly possible, and that's what NASCAR has brought to the table since this new car came into effect. 2022 was a great season. Last year was a great season with, there were 16, 17 winners each season. So I don't understand, Cole, why he would say that parity is a bad thing whatsoever.
Yeah, I really don't understand that either. I agree with both of you guys, by the way. But I think it's like almost a unanimous thing in the garage. Because, Kenny, we were like talking with Eric Jones at this Legacy event. Mm-hmm. He also was somebody who was like, I asked him straight up, do you like the parity? Do you think that's a good thing for the sport? And he was like, honestly, no, I don't think it's a good thing. Coming from a guy that kind of runs for a middle of the pack back team, you'd think he'd like the parity, given that he has a better shot of getting to victory lane. But I guess maybe they want to see these dominant performances like Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon, Kevin Harvick from back in the day. I don't know. But it's just, it's kind of mind-boggling to me. I think it's a great thing for the sport. You want to see parity. You want to see, like Richie just said, 16, 17 different winners. Just way it's like an open field,
Okay, we are in the month of March, right? What's big in the month of March? March Madness. Doesn't everybody, when they fill out their bracket, try to get a 16 to beat a 1? I mean, we want to see the 15s beating the 2s. We all love parity. I really, truly believe that. I am shocked that Eric Jones says he wouldn't prefer parity when, like you said, he's a middle-of-the-pack runner. Parity helps you get to victory lane, Eric Jones. I don't get that.
Let me add some color to that, Crasher. I guarantee that Fox or ESPN, whoever's airing the Final Four this year. They don't want West Virginia. They don't want Florida Atlantic, and they don't want Texas Southern, and they don't want Stanford in the Final Four. They want maybe three. They want three of the big boys in that Final Four, right?
Right.
And when it comes to Phoenix for the final this year, do you really want, well, maybe Ross Chastain.
Kosovar?
Yeah. Well, yeah, right now. Hell yes, you do. But do you really want Ty Dillon, Austin Dillon? I can go.
You could even put Eric Jones in there.
Gilliland and Kyle Larson? No, you want four of the behemoths in there, kicking ass, clawing their way to a championship.
Okay, so what we're saying is you want parity throughout the season, but when it comes to the Final Four, you want all the big ones.
Of course. Oh, yeah, always.
I never said I want parity, by the way.
Oh.
I never said that.
Okay, do tell.
I don't hate anybody. When I
Wait, what?
I don't hate anybody.
What's your name for William?
I don't hate William Boring.
Okay.
I think he's a fantastic driver.
He is
He's
a
probably
phenomenal
well, we know he's been in the Freak Nation several times. He's a nice dude, but I need to hate somebody. There needed to be somebody at COTA that punted Kyle Busch or punted Christpher Bell. Where's
manufactured drama?
I'm
Like Cole said, it was respectful aggression today, and I appreciate watching that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think the parity, on the parity topic again, as a driver, I would kind of want more parity because you're having to go through more drivers to beat for the win.
Yes.
It's more deserving, and I think a win carries more weight that way, in my opinion. But I'm not behind the wheel, so I could be wrong,
Because you beat more alleged behemoths.
Yeah, I
to
guess.
get there.
Yeah.
We need about 2 hours for me to really expand on why I don't like parity. Again.
Did you? We gotta go to break. Dang it.
Yep.
I was gonna.
Nope.
Go to break. Yep.
Speaking of not parity, Alex Palou, your 2024 IndyCar Series champion. It's his second championship last year, Crasher? Third, right. Goes out and wins the season opener for St. Pete. Yeah. Held off some behemoths himself. Christpher Bell is not going to join us next, but I can tell you who it is. It's Alex Palou next. Speed Freaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, get this. General Tire has launched a comprehensive Shield Plus Advantage plan for passenger and light truck tires. What that means for you is when you purchase General Tires, the Shield Plus Advantage plan lets you enjoy a complete package of multiple warranties and coverage to get the most from your tires. The plan applies to all General Tire passenger and light truck tires purchased as replacements in the U.S. and Canada with DOT serial numbers. For more information, hit them up on GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for 2 decades.
Lowe's knows that your deadlines don't change, even when your job does. But with Lowe's Buy Online, Pick Up in Store, we'll help you adjust on the fly. And when you absolutely can't leave the project, we can deliver to your job site as soon as same day. Lowe's knows pros. We help, you save. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes placed by 2 p.m. for same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Things are just better when you switch to Cricket. The sun shines a little brighter. Happy music starts randomly playing. Best of all, you can get iPhone 13 for just $29.99. With the ultra-bright Super Retina display and up to 19 hours of video playback, all on Cricket's super-fast 5G network. See? Isn't that better? Smile, you're on Cricket.
Requires new account imported on $60 plan. First service charge and tax due at sale. $25 activation fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See store for details.
Keeping your pride and joy perfect is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Start with Slick Mist Speed Wax. Simply mist on and wipe off for a professional detail or shine. For your tires and trim, there's Lucas Slick Mist Tire and Trim Shine. Spray on and wipe off for better than new look. Then finish her with Lucas Slick Mist Interior Detailer. Just spray and wipe. Easy. Use Lucas Slick Mist Car Care products and she'll never look better. Fast, easy, and professional. Really, it's sort of like having an extra set of hands. Or 3.
This segment of Speed Freaks is brought to you by BetterHelp. Go to betterhelp.com/speedfreaks now. And for those of you that have experienced therapy in the past, you know the benefits. Good on you. If you haven't, don't let it intimidate you. Therapy is so soothing. It's the way that color and stability can be added to your life. Listen, guys, we're a couple months into 2025. Have those resolutions really been working? Are you where you thought you were going to be? And it's okay to say no, because if not, maybe you need a little extra nudge in your life. Only you have the power to write your own story. And sometimes writing your story requires a little bit of a sidekick. BetterHelp can be that sidekick to help add color to your experiences, to help you with better relationships, to help everything have more meaning in your life. This type of therapy is pretty incredible. You don't have to drive 30 minutes out to a therapist and then drive another 30 minutes back, taxing you 60 minutes out of your day. This is convenient, online, and extremely affordable. Go check it out at betterhelp.com/speedfreaks for 10% off your first month. Add color, add meaning, add a little bit more happiness to your life. Give yourself that exhale that just helps you get through today, tomorrow, and the next month. That's what you owe yourself this 2025. That's betterhelp.com/speedfreaks, BetterHelp, HELP.com. You owe it to yourself.
3 years of sellout crowds, 3 years of edge of your seat action, 3 years of jaw-dropping finishes. Worldwide Technology Raceway has rocked the world of NASCAR, and now NASCAR is giving us another reason to celebrate. The 2025 NASCAR Cup Series Championship playoffs are coming Sunday, September 7th, 2025. Go to www.raceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Hello.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Did I just hear you call Speed? Did I hear you call Speed Freaks your favorites?
Oh, I heard that.
I did. Because you guys are the crazier ones. We're missing one.
Yes, we are. He's not. He retired last year. Statman retired last year, bro. We've got.
He retired?
Yeah.
Yep.
We've got 2 other young dudes in here. He was smart.
Yeah,
he
that's
did
probably
24 and a half years, and we're coming up on our 25th year. 24 and a half was good enough for him. He's like, I got family. I got to pay attention to. I'm like, okay, I get
25 years? 25 years?
25 years of Speed Freaks.
That's insane. Good job, guys.
Tell me about it.
Well, let's get you out of here, man, so you can go celebrate with that youngin', all right? Freak Nation, it just might once again become a regular scene here with the Freaks. Alex Palou, your winner from St. Pete, kicking off the 2025 IndyCar season. And Alex, we talked to, Marcus Armstrong earlier this week. He didn't watch a whole lot of the Fox commercials leading up to this. I'm curious if you got caught up into the hype of Fox coming on board with the IndyCar series. And if you did it affect your qualifying, your practice, your driving at all?
Yes, I did. I mean, Fox has done a tremendous job over the off season to try and get IndyCar to more people, to people that normally doesn't follow racing and doesn't follow IndyCar, and it's been huge for us. So I was lucky to be part of one of those commercials that aired like 10 or 15 minutes before the Super Bowl. Was super special to me. It didn't get into my head like heading into practice. That always goes away. But honestly, I'm pretty sure that this has been the most attended St. Pete race in the last 5 years that I've been here. The atmosphere was amazing. I don't know if that comes from the Super Bowl commercials or all the work that they've been doing, but I don't know. It's been insane, and I cannot wait to see what our partnership with them it's going to be like during the season.
That is excellent to hear, and the crowd did look really good on TV. But real quick, before we get back to Kenny, you're telling me Joseph Newgarden is chasing you, and you're not thinking one iota about that commercial and how your kid allegedly hates his book.
Yeah, funny story is that actually when they told me about the storyline, I was like, guys, are you sure you want to say this? Maybe people don't like it, but actually was, I would say, one of the best seconds of that commercial, a part of having Tom Brady as well, talking about Joseph and about IndyCar. But yeah, no, I was maybe imagining Joseph with that cologne that he has, the ethanol, um, and that made me pull even a bigger gap because I didn't want to be close to that. So it's good. I mean, it's great for the series. It's they did an amazing job on the storytelling, on my commercial and on his commercial and on Pado's commercial. So yeah, we're off to a good start.
Let's get to this race. Alex Palou, your winner from St. Pete IndyCar Series, of course, multi-time champion with IndyCar. How out of shape, and I mean this literally, how out of shape were your arms for this race? Because nothing can duplicate competition.
Nothing can replicate that. Nothing can get you ready as just being in the car. Actually, I felt great. I felt great. The car was fast. That helps when you have a good car that behaves the way you want, and you don't need to be fighting with it. That makes your body relax a little bit more. I have to say that probably the grip. The grip was the biggest thing. Than except that the arms, like I would say that all the kickbacks that we have on the steering because of the bumps being a street course, that was the biggest thing. But it's okay. Like it's very doable when you're leading the race.
So I've heard you say that your cars, you and Dixon, the Ganassi cars or seemingly were better this year versus last year St. Pete and other years prior in St. Pete. Since the car isn't drastically different, even though I know this is the hybrid, what specifically was better? What changed to make you guys so incredible today?
Yeah, honestly, just pure setup and preparation. Like the setup we had, I mean, all the cars are the same, but you can set them up differently. And especially on a street course like this, you can put like different springs, different bars, like different aero balance. Like you can do a ton of stuff in the car, although all the cars are the same. So, I mean, in the past, we've been struggling, but we were good. Like we were starting from a good spot. Like I think last year I finished 6th. So we were up there, but we were missing like 3-4 tenths and on race pace, and we got them back. And it was just pure setup that my team at CGR has been working on during the off season, from the simulations, like trying to make it a little bit nicer for the drivers to give us more confidence. But we didn't know if it was going to work until we were out in practice 1 on Friday. Like we were all like, is this going to work or not? And finally we can say that the amount of work they put in, it's been very, very worth it.
Have you ever apologized to Scott Dixon for kicking his ass?
No.
Does he need to?
Who's laughing? Who's laughing there?
I don't think we need to. I don't think we need to.
Yeah, no.
I've been in a room with some pretty stout media personalities. I've been doing this longer than I have. And I kind of feel sorry at times when I, get a better interview or do a better job. It's like, Scott, I just beat up on you a little bit. Do I need to say I'm sorry? Or you just walk around with your feathers all buffed up like a peacock?
He can always remind me that he has 3 championships more than me and 1 Indy 500 more than me. So, and probably like 40 more wins than me. So I better shut up at that point. So that's why I never bring it up, right?
Yeah.
3-time champion, winner of the IndyCar season opener in 2025. And Alex, you're still as modest as they come. That's truly incredible. And real quick, before we let you go, did I hear before we got on this call with you, did I hear you agreeing to do some autographs and photographs for people later tomorrow?
No, not later tomorrow. No, I'm flying to Indy. It was just some interviews. Yeah.
Oh, just some interviews. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey. But still, you're pretty much an open book. And people ask you for things, and you're like, sure. You're just so easygoing, and that is much appreciated.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, Alex Palou, IndyCar Series winner from St. Pete here in the Freak Nation. Get the hell out. One last question. Was Ganassi in your ear at all in those last 5-6 laps?
No, he wasn't. He doesn't normally come on the radio to the drivers.
Got it.
Oh.
Well, Alex, I'm sure we'll see you a few more times this year, buddy. Congratulations, man. Let's kick some ass in 2025 again.
Will do. Thank you, guys.
Freak Nation, again, Alex Palou joining us here with the Freaks. And Cole Cusimano, his first flag-to-flag watch of an IndyCar Series race. And then, of course, flag-to-flag with the Cup race. Curious there, Colson. Your thoughts on IndyCar, my friend?
I really enjoyed this, honestly. I appreciate how this was racing at its purest. Green flag, nonstop pretty much, tons of strategy. Everything was just so technical and calculated, which I really, again, appreciate as a motorsports fan. And I got to see firsthand why Alex Palou is a 3-time champion and the reigning champ. Just masterful work by him to get that win. And honestly, the racing in IndyCar, since there's no stage breaks now, like NASCAR, it reminded me of when I first got into watching NASCAR back in like the late 2000s, early 2010s. Lots of green flag racing, lots of strategy. My only gripe right now is the lack of passing. Once you get past the pit stops and the initial start or restarts, it just gets strung out really quickly, and you have guys that are separated by like 6-second intervals. So it got a little bit, I guess, boring and tedious in the middle of the race, but I think the strategy element was enough to keep me engaged.
Sure.
I don't know about other people who are like first-time viewers like myself with less knowledge in motorsports or interest in motorsports, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good.
Crasher, you're not going to have come back on that on maybe some tracks that you will see more passing?
Oh, well, it's my knee-jerk reaction in my head was that it's kind of like NASCAR, in which on ovals and on super speedways, you just will get a ton more passing. IndyCar is kind of built for more passing on those sorts of tracks versus road courses or street circuits. However, having said that, street circuits will be the bottom of the barrel passing-wise. Road courses will jump up next, and then ovals after that. Street circuits are just so damn narrow. As you guys know with Chicago as well. It's just so hard to pass on a street circuit. But yeah, you're not wrong in that when there's a car or a team that is dominant, they will pull away. That's just something that happens in IndyCar, and I'm okay with it. Like you said, as long as there's strategy and other things to keep you interested.
And I feel like there were a good 4, maybe 5 guys in the hunt for that win. But then I was thinking that myself, actually. Like, it's a street course race. It's passing probably hard to come by naturally. So I gave them the benefit of the doubt there. But then you watch the Cup race at COTA, and it's like they're passing every single lap. There's still a bunch of strategy. So, it's 2 different forms of racing, but I really enjoyed it.
We'll continue this conversation regarding IndyCar and the new IndyCar on Fox. What'd you think, Freak Nation? What's going to be a reasonable number for viewers, given what Fox has sunk into this freaking series? That's next. Speed Freaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
From the labs at Lucas Oil Products, Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment is a multifunctional cleaner plus lubricant. For every fill-up of gas or diesel, add 1 16-ounce can of Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment. 1 bottle can treat a tank of up to 21 gallons. Its special additives allows a better fuel burn to help increase your miles per gallon. Expect longer engine life, longer oil life, cleaner exhaust, and less fuel consumption. Lucas Oil, it works.
Well, Freak Nation, it's that time of the year when General Tire would like to hand you some cold, hard cash. Now through the end of April, purchase a set of 4 qualifying passenger tires from General Tire and get up to $80 back on a Visa prepaid card. Plus, if you purchase the 4 qualifying passenger tires with your General Tire credit card, you can get up to an additional $80 added to your Visa prepaid card. For more information, hit them up, GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for over 2 decades.
Huge news. Right now at Wendy's, you can get a Son of Baconator for just $3. I don't think you understand this situation. The Son of Baconator is only $3 for a limited time. You know, smoked bacon, rich melted cheese. That Son of Baconator is only $3. Thank you to whoever wished upon that star. For bacon that just won't quit, gotta be Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii, not valid on a combo or on third-party delivery platforms.
What's better than 1 win? 3 wins. With Straight Savings, you keep your own phone, get 1 line for only $25 a month with real unlimited data, and get rewarded with a $200 phone credit after 12 months. It's a win-win-win. Head to Walmart or visit straighttalk.com today. Switch to Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Straight Savings Plan enrollment requires compatible unlocked device and new line of service. Bonus device credit requires 12 months of active service. Offer ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. Taxes and fees apply. For network management practices, see Straight Talk's terms and conditions.
This segment of Speed Freaks is brought to you by BetterHelp. Go to betterhelp.com/speedfreaks now. And for those of you that have experienced therapy in the past, you know the benefits. Good on you. If you haven't, don't let it intimidate you. therapy is so soothing. It's the way that color and stability can be added to your life. Listen, guys, we're a couple months into 2025. Have those resolutions really been working? Are you where you thought you were going to be? And it's okay to say no, because if not, maybe you need a little extra nudge in your life. Only you have the power to write your own story. And sometimes writing your story requires a little bit of a sidekick. BetterHelp can be that sidekick to help add color to your experiences, to help you with better relationships, to help everything have more meaning in your life. This type of therapy is pretty incredible. You don't have to drive 30 minutes out to a therapist and then drive another 30 minutes back, taxing you 60 minutes out of your day. This is convenient, online, and extremely affordable. Go check it out at betterhelp.com/speedfreaks for 10% off your first month. Add color, add meaning, add a little bit more happiness to your life. Give yourself that exhale that just helps you get through today, tomorrow, and the next month. That's what you owe yourself this 2025. That's betterhelp.com/speedfreaks, betterhelp, HELP.com. You owe it to yourself.
3 years of sellout crowds, 3 years of edge-of-your-seat action, 3 years of jaw-dropping finishes. Worldwide Technology Raceway has rocked the world of NASCAR, and now NASCAR is giving us another reason to celebrate. The 2025 NASCAR Cup Series Championship playoffs are coming Sunday, September 7th, 2025. Go to www.raceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
All Freak Nation, I got some advice for you. This segment brought to you by our good friends at Straight Talk. You need some more data to stream Speed Freaks on YouTube or Facebook Live or on the MAV TV Go app? Well, then here's some advice. Switch to Straight Talk. Get a real unlimited data deal on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. Spent a couple of segments talking about the Cup race at COTA. Didn't say squat yet about Connor Zilic and his win in the Xfinity Series. We'll spend some time on that next hour. Maybe. We probably will. But I want to hit on the backside of Alex Palou's win at St. Pete. I think Cole's right. Well, I don't think Cole's right. I actually thought about that during the race, how Fox has brought in all these new eyeballs to watch this race, Crasher.
Yep.
And thank goodness we had Hinch, we had Bell, and we had Buxton to call a race that, frankly, wasn't that exciting. But they were giving us insight to why we should still watch this race for another 90 minutes or so.
Yes. And I thought overall it was exciting, but then again, I'm an IndyCar snorkeler. So, yeah, those gaps like that Cole was talking about in which, McLaughlin was pulling away or Palou pulling away at the end, even though there were guys, creeping up on him. I was still entertained. I was still absolutely entertained. I thought this was a great race, on-track product, and I thought that Fox, for their first time out, there's some bugs to clean up, but I thought for their first time out, smashing success. One thing that stands out to me, I'm confused as to why we didn't know until the end of the race, until the drivers took their helmets off, that Scott Dixon didn't have a radio. Who was in Scott Dixon's pit and did not know that fact that could have been massive throughout the entire race broadcast? But okay.
Do you think that maybe they found that out from Scott Dixon or from Chip Ganassi, but they're not going to say D during the race because others may play on that. Meaning,
you're a TV broadcaster. Why would you not say anything?
How would they not? Maybe they didn't know.
They would not.
Really?
Are you kidding me? You've got your pit reporters and they have producers with them. You know everything going on in the pits that you're assigned to. So the fact that they didn't know that is mind-boggling to me. I mean, maybe they'll come out on a press release and say why they did or did not say anything, but I thought that would have added to the broadcast.
You brought up Fox. You brought up your fandom for IndyCar. But here's the big question for it. All this money that they sunk into this series,
Allegedly, I don't have my Valpak mailer of junk mail stuff, but that envelope that had Joseph Newgarden on it, pimping eyeballs to tune into this race, allegedly that went out to over 41 million people. That's pretty big.
Allegedly?
Yeah.
So the question though is, and I know Richie, you want to get in here in a minute, but the question from me and many people, did it pay off? Unfortunately, St. Pete is your first race. It's a street course, and you kind of stuck with it. I get it, but you have some numbers crash over the last 3 or 4 races to kick off the IndyCar season versus what we hope will be decent numbers after this race.
Well, 2 years ago, the NBC package, and there were 16-ish races, I believe. I think there were 16. 8 races were over 1 million eyeballs. So that was pretty good. 2023 was the highest rated season since 2011. That was awesome. However, 2024, something happened, and a lot of eyeballs went away. Marketing obviously was non-existent in IndyCar, but for some reason, St. Pete could not pull in 1 million viewers last year. They instead topped out at not topped out. They averaged 974,000. So there is that. I still believe, because St. Pete has pulled over 1 million, they pulled about 1.3, I believe, which was their 2023 number. I still believe that 1.5 million would be a disappointment if that's what we get from the 2025 version of St. Pete. I think this needs to hit the 2 million mark, or it's a fail.
No chance.
I'm not saying that it's going to, but I'm saying it will be disappointing if they only get 1.5 million, because they've done that before. So all this extra money coming in from Fox, if that doesn't produce another 500,000 eyeballs, then it's a disappointment. Then they have to figure out, what are we doing wrong?
I think, honestly, anything over 1 million is a win for them. That's their audience. That's what it is.
But Fox is putting in more money to get away from that audience and get new eyeballs.
Here's the problem with IndyCar and Fox, and I think it's a big mistake. Yes, they're putting a lot into their marketing this year, right? But the problem is, a lot of that is going straight towards Indy 500, because that's going to make the money. That's going to bring in the most eyeballs, and that's where I think NBC had some issues, because the series needs to be marketed as an entire calendar of races as opposed to just one race. It was Eric Shanks, I believe, who was out at COTA on Sunday, and he was explaining.
Who's Eric Shanks, brother?
Eric Shanks is the president of Fox Sports. He is the guy behind the entirety of the Fox Sports portfolio.
Brother.
And he was explaining, he was like, listen, we're going to go all out for our pre-race coverage on Fox for the Indianapolis 500. And so
2.5 hours, right?
I believe that's right. Yeah. So that's my problem here is IndyCar's audience is about 1 million people. They're competing with Formula One. They're not competing with NASCAR. Okay, they're competing.
To a point, I would agree.
They're competing more with IMSA. IMSA's ratings were way up for the 24 hours of Daytona. And so if they get anything over 1 million, especially last year when their ratings were declining for a lot of the year, and there was a couple races where they were getting like 700,000.
Oh, dude, no. They're less than that.
Yeah, wow. Exactly. So anything over 1 million for this race is going to be a win, and then they can all tune in again next week to watch round 2 of the IndyCar series.
Nope. Nope. Momentum gone. Okay, here's the Valpak. And no, Richie, this is not right here, the Valpak that went out to 41 million people in the United States.
Hold it still.
That's not still. This did not go out. For those of you on radio, I'm holding up a bunch of junk mail, but it has Joseph Newgarden's picture on it. It's not promoting the Indy 500. It's promoting St. Pete. Tune into St. Pete. So again, I'm going to say it would be a loss if they get less than 2 million, because St. Pete has pulled over 1 million multiple occasions. Last year, just under. So that million mark, they're familiar with. They gotta go way higher than that for Fox's advertising dollars to be a win.
I will be curious where they land.
Curious, yeah.
Very curious, because the lead up to this, we've never seen anything like it. And I think it was 90 minutes into the broadcast when I saw my first NASCAR pimp.
They also pimped NHRA.
Yeah, but my point is they were just they were in this capsule of IndyCar and not pimping the wares of NHRA or NASCAR, just trying to let IndyCar sit there on its own. I mean, it's a hell of a lead-in for NASCAR. You kidding me?
Motorsports, yeah.
NASCAR is going to benefit from this so much, from a lead-in like that. And maybe some spillover to where someone stumbled. But, yeah, maybe someone spilled over to the IndyCar broadcast early. Hey, what is this? Formula One. Didn't know Fox had Formula One, man.
And actually, this whole fastest racing on earth slogan.
Stop it.
No, hold on. You brought up Formula One. I have been told that this was exclusively a hit at Formula One. Clearly, Fox people know that NHRA is the fastest motorsport on earth. They air the damn series.
Do not say that in the presence of Formula One fans, because they will come after your ass if you try to tell them that Indy cars are indeed faster than Formula One cars.
In a straight line, no. Formula One cars would crush them on a straight line. But when it comes to the whole,
why would they argue with the fact, Richie?
Well, that's what they do.
Because they're stuck up. That's why. I love me some Formula One, okay? But they're Formula One fans. Formula One fans are a little full of themselves, and they think it's the greatest thing since sliced bread, and that's ridiculous. Even though, again, they go 240 at Indianapolis Motor Speedway in IndyCar. The top speed they go in Formula One is around 220 miles an hour. I believe it's Spa and Vegas. They get close to 220 miles an hour as well.
So they're idiots. Formula One fans are idiots if you're saying that they're faster than IndyCar.
I'm going to jump in here real quickly. I know I don't have a whole lot of background on IndyCar and F1, but what you're saying about the F1 fans, that's my biggest turn away from why I have not gotten into it over the years. I got that same kind of impression about the fan base.
Are you saying I'm pretentious? Cole is calling me pretentious just because I'm a Formula One fan.
Certain select fans.
The vast majority, but they are still certain select.
Yes.
2 more weeks, Richie.
Let's freaking go, baby. Australia, the race happens late at night. I'm so game. Popping my Celsius with my Ferrari red gear.
Actually, I think, did I see where it airs at 9 p.m. Mountain Time?
Ooh, that's cool.
Yes.
Did I see that?
Correct. Correct.
Badass.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Might have to watch me some Formula One. I know.
There's no way in hell you're going to stay up till freaking midnight to watch the Australian Grand Prix.
I just said it starts at 9 our time, Skipjack.
You might not watch the end, but
No
we'll watch
chance.
the beginning.
Man.
That's when NHRA is in our backyard.
We got a break, Crasher.
Yeah, it's
we
gonna
got
be
a
a
break.
big weekend.
Hey, the greatest of all time, Mario Andretti. We spend a good 20, 25 minutes with him coming up next hour. More from Christpher Bell. It's all coming up. Speed Freaks Pits and the Lucas Oil Studio.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Well, Freak Nation, it's that time of the year when General Tire would like to hand you some cold, hard cash. Now through the end of April, purchase a set of 4 qualifying passenger tires from General Tire and get up to $80 back on a Visa prepaid card. Plus, if you purchase the 4 qualifying passenger tires with your General Tire credit card, you can get up to an additional $80 added to your Visa prepaid card. For more information, hit them up, GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for over 2 decades.
For more than 30 years, Lucas Oil Products has been solving some of the most difficult mechanical problems in the automotive, marine, and industrial industries. From our original Core 4 products, heavy-duty oil stabilizer, power steering, stop leak, transmission fix, and fuel treatment, we have now developed over 400 custom products to help solve some of the world's toughest mechanical issues. Go to lucasoil.com to see what we have in store for you. Lucas Oil, it works.
Spring forward with real unlimited data from Straight Talk this tax season and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. So you can stream games during Mad March hours, check the weather for April showers, and watch gardening videos about May flowers. Straight Talk, real unlimited data, available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 4/15/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires purchase of single line gold unlimited plan or higher. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Lowe's knows that your deadlines don't change, even when your job does. But with Lowe's Buy Online, Pick Up in Store, we'll help you adjust on the fly. And when you absolutely can't leave the project, we can deliver to your job site as soon as same day. Lowe's knows pros. We help, you save. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes placed by 2 p.m. for same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
This segment of Speed Freaks is brought to you by BetterHelp. Go to betterhelp.com/speedfreaks now. And for those of you that have experienced therapy in the past, you know the benefits. Good on you. If you haven't, Don't let it intimidate you. Therapy is so soothing. It's the way that color and stability can be added to your life. Listen, guys, we're a couple months into 2025. Have those resolutions really been working? Are you where you thought you were going to be? And it's okay to say no, because if not, maybe you need a little extra nudge in your life. Only you have the power to write your own story. And sometimes writing your story requires a little bit of a sidekick. BetterHelp can be that sidekick to help add color to your experiences, to help you with better relationships, to help everything have more meaning in your life. This type of therapy is pretty incredible. You don't have to drive 30 minutes out to a therapist and then drive another 30 minutes back, taxing you 60 minutes out of your day. This is convenient, online, and extremely affordable. Go check it out at betterhelp.com/speedfreaks for 10% off your first month. Add color, add meaning, add a little bit more happiness to your life. Give yourself that exhale that just helps you get through today, tomorrow, and the next month. That's what you owe yourself this 2025. That's betterhelp.com/speedfreaks, BetterHelp, HELP.com. You owe it to yourself.
3 years of sellout crowds, 3 years of edge-of-your-seat action, 3 years of jaw-dropping finishes. Worldwide Technology Raceway has rocked the world of NASCAR, and now NASCAR is giving us another reason to celebrate. The 2025 NASCAR Cup Series Championship playoffs are coming Sunday, September 7th, 2025. Go to www.raceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Have you ever apologized to Scott Dixon for kicking his ass?
No. The only thing that you want is being able to make passes on guys whenever you're faster than them. And to do that, it takes different lanes.
Look, Richard Petty, he's the king, and he never drove anything else, just, NASCAR.
Do you slap Christpher Bell around like you did Bobby Labonte 25 years ago?
I don't know. Most of the time, I think I work for the drivers.
Oh.
Please hang up and try again.
Live on the Freak Radio Network, broadcasting from the Lucas Oil Studios. Driven by General Tire.
Rock on, baby!
It's Speed Freaks. Motorsports Radio redefined with Kenny Sargent.
We love to party.
Crash Gladys.
What are we doing for the bachelorette party?
Here's the Freaks.
Freak Nation, coming up in this hour, the greatest of all time when it comes to motorsport of racing, Mario Andretti lived in a refugee camp. Lived in a freaking refugee camp that we'll get to in a special interview celebrating his 85th birthday and our 25th anniversary. Mario Andretti has never missed an interview opportunity with us over our last 25 years. He joins us this hour. We'll hear from Austin winner, two-time winner for 2025. Christpher Bell will be joining us here in the Freak Nation. Also, we're going to get to the latest money lines. All right, if you want some freaking money over the weekend in motorsports, NASCAR specifically, I'm sure you did it with the Money Stop. One of the co-hosts, Cole Cusimano, part of the Freak Nation, will gloat a little bit about his special time of letting you guys in on the latest on how you can win the NASCAR Cup Series. We'll get to that. What else do we have coming up? Oh, my gosh. Get that last... and our Oscar picks coming up, Crasher.
As we did a snake draft,
Right.
and you guys were able to vote on social media. We'll see how you voted.
Oh, and Beat the Freaks winner.
Oh,
Can't forget
of course, of course.
Hey, we'll let you know if our Freak Nation member had a chance to beat us up when it came to IndyCar Series when they picked three of their favorite drivers. Just follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Speed Freaks. Be sure to hit the website, speedfreaks.tv. You'll find out all the information on how you can win a set of General Tire. We want to give you about $1,300 worth of tires, Jack. We do.
Dig.
We've got certificates to give you, but you got to beat us, Skippy. We'll do it for Phoenix coming up this weekend. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, formerly X, or X, formerly Twitter, here in the Freak Nation. Hey, we talked extensively about the Cup race, the first couple of segments in the first hour, but we didn't mention Christpher Bell in one manner. Christpher Bell, Crasher, is part of a committee that was formed recently.
I don't really know the official name of this. Is it just called the Playoff Committee? It seemingly, and Cole, correct me if I'm wrong, it seems to be, as Richie alluded to in the first hour, because of the increased parity in NASCAR racing now, some of the drivers and a lot of the fans are upset with how, let's say, last year's championship came down, in which Kyle Larson didn't get a guaranteed run into the Final Four, even though he won the most races in the regular season.
Right.
And Joey Logano having his worst average finish of his entire career, yet he ends up winning the championship. To me, those things are not awful. I mean, you have to earn your way based on what the rules are, and there is the big question there. You have to earn your way into certain positions en route to a championship. Joey Logano did nothing wrong. He followed the rules and got into the championship. But because of the parity and so many other drivers having wins, is it diluting the product too much? So Christpher Bell is one of the drivers. We don't necessarily know the other names just yet as a part of this alleged playoff.
Right.
It's not alleged. It is. It's a playoff committee in order to start questioning things like, do we have too many drivers in the playoff system? Do we need to change the Final Four from being just one race to a 3-race playoff system? Should we shorten the playoffs in general? There's so many things that they're going to go over for what Christpher Bell claims to be a more legitimized NASCAR system.
Richie, Christpher Bell was asked prior to his win at COTA, he was asked about this committee and what it all entails.
I'm just, well, number one, I'm honored and privileged to be a part of that, and I think it's really cool that, NASCAR and the industry respects me enough to have me be a part of it. So that's awesome, and I'm grateful that I get to, help out with that. So the goal for the whole thing is to help bring more legitimacy to the championship, and I think everybody has believed that the champions of the new age are held to. It feels different than like what Jimmy did and the guys back in the day. So the whole goal is to make the drivers feel like that championship is a big deal, the biggest deal of our life, and so hopefully we can get a format that provides a lot of entertainment, a lot of excitement, and some amazing finishes to the championship race while upping the legitimacy of the NASCAR Cup Series championship. And hopefully that, I'm assuming it would bleed down to the other series as well.
Yeah, for me, I think it's a bit of a slap in the face to the sport to question the legitimacy of these champions with this current points format, playoff format, I should say. It's the same thing for all sports. We saw it back when the Giants beat the perfect Patriots. If you're the number one seed, like Kyle Larson was last year, you could say, with his most wins in the series, he shouldn't get an automatic cakewalk lock into the final race, the championship.
Exactly.
You need to earn your way there. Real champions adapt, and they perform when they need to. And that's what Joey Logano did last year. And there was a lot of, obviously, comments about him and his average finish, but the bottom line is he earned his way there. He won races to get to the championship, and he did it at the end of the day. So I think the bottom line is champions adapt. We saw it back when they had the older cars, the COTs, Gen 5, Gen 6, whatever.
COTs.
Jimmy, they changed the playoff format every freaking year, it felt like, and Jimmy Johnson still found a way to adapt and win. So real champions will adapt. And I think the only thing that I would change for the playoff format is to limit it to a top 25 rule. Because when you have guys like last year, Harrison Burton making the playoffs because they want to race, it's an automatic first-round exit, no offense. So I'd like to see that be a thing.
Because it was, real quick, I'm only interrupting you for a reason.
Yeah.
It was top 35, right? So increase that.
It was top 30, then I think they did away with it completely.
Oh.
I think it should be condensed to top 25, just because last year you had guys like, I think it was Michael McDowell, Todd Gilliland, too. You could make a case go
Austin
in the
Dillon.
playoffs. Yeah, exactly. So that's my one thing, and I think if you want to grant a guy with the most wins, like a spot in the second round maybe, but the top 25 things where I would advocate for.
Let me, there's a list here that they talked about on the Holler Talk podcast this week. My favorite podcast. I listen, outside of the Money Stop, I listen to 2 podcasts every week. I listen to the Money Stop first, and I listen to Holler Talk. I love Holler Talk. It's the official NASCAR officiating podcast. And that's where they brought this up. And these are some of the things they talked about that came out from this playoff committee meeting. Among those on the 25-person committee, of course, is Christpher Bell. Ben Kennedy is the committee chairman. He is, I don't forget his official title, but he's up there in terms of NASCAR hierarchy. Some suggestions range from eliminating the playoffs altogether. One Hall of Fame driver presented an argument for going back to the classic full season championship. Old white dude, I'm sure, is who that was. To keeping the playoffs but changing the format. One of the proposals included a 7-race lead-in to a 3-race championship and also potentially reducing the playoff field. So those are just some of the suggestions that are out there so far.
I'm not opposed to reducing the playoff field. Do we need 10 weeks of a playoff? Because in my opinion, we don't. Really?
I would expand it, to be honest, but that's just me. Again, we're diving into the weeds here in a conversation we have all the time, but again,
You want to go with 78 freaking teams in March Madness too, don't you?
Yes.
You stupid.
Yes, because
you're so stupid.
Again, we're talking about another sport, but I don't give a rat's ass about college basketball until March.
Yeah.
Okay? And the reason why is because, and you and Statman talked about this all the dang time. I want stuff to matter. The first 26 races of the NASCAR season, half the damn races don't freaking matter whatsoever. I can tune out for the entire season until the playoffs start, and when the races ratchet up intensity, that's when stuff matters. It's the same thing with March Madness. I will tune in to watch March Madness, and 150 teams make it in, and it's a one and done, and by golly, I'm going to be locked in with my bracket and money on every single game in that freaking competition. Rant over. Back to you, Kenny.
That was vintage.
That was epic. Take off your freaking Chiron. I like Cole's idea, and that's about it. When you start changing playoffs and scenarios like NASCAR's done or anyone, the NFL, you got to be, it's a slippery freaking slope. So you're telling me, what was it, Tampa Bay was the last wild card team to win a Super Bowl? I think it was. The Rangers were the last wild card team 2 years ago to win the World Series. What's wrong with those freaking ideas?
No.
What's wrong with them?
That's awesome.
Agreed.
I don't think there's much wrong with it. I really don't. I understand the blow. Listen, if there was freaking Kyle Larson doing what Joey Logano did, we wouldn't be talking about this. Logano still has the freaking haters out there.
Yeah.
Kiss my ass.
I agree.
I need to change it. I like your idea. I like it.
Thanks.
Yeah. But move it up to top 25, maybe top 20. Just go with that.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you don't want somebody making that playoffs that's going to be a first-round exit automatically,
Freak Nation, the GOAT.
Yep.
Mario Andretti needs no introduction. That's why you need to sit down there, big boy, and enjoy Mario Andretti. Coming up next, Speed Freaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
As your power steering pump ages, seal leaks may occur, causing the power steering system to lose fluid. Your power steering system may also develop an annoying squeal, and the steering may become more difficult to handle. By using Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak, you will stop the seal leaks, reduce slack in rack and pinion, eliminate the squeals and hard spots in your power steering system. It is guaranteed to stop seal leaks or your money back. Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak. It works.
This segment of Speed Freaks is brought to you by BetterHelp. Go to betterhelp.com/speedfreaks now. And for those of you that have experienced therapy in the past, you know the benefits. Good on you. If you haven't, don't let it intimidate you. Therapy is so soothing. It's the way that color and stability can be added to your life. Listen, guys, we're a couple months into 2025. Have those resolutions really been working? Are you where you thought you were going to be? And it's okay to say no, because if not, Maybe you need a little extra nudge in your life. Only you have the power to write your own story. And sometimes writing your story requires a little bit of a sidekick. BetterHelp can be that sidekick to help add color to your experiences, to help you with better relationships, to help everything have more meaning in your life. This type of therapy is pretty incredible. You don't have to drive 30 minutes out to a therapist and then drive another 30 minutes back, taxing you 60 minutes out of your day. This is convenient, online, and extremely affordable. Go check it out at betterhelp.com/speedfreaks for 10% off your first month. Add color, add meaning, add a little bit more happiness to your life. Give yourself that exhale that just helps you get through today, tomorrow, and the next month. That's what you owe yourself this 2025. That's betterhelp.com/speedfreaks, BetterHelp, HELP.com. You owe it to yourself.
Well, Freak Nation, it's that time of the year when General Tire would like to hand you some cold, hard cash. Now through the end of April, purchase a set of 4 qualifying passenger tires from General Tire and get up to $80 back on a Visa prepaid card. Plus, if you purchase the 4 qualifying passenger tires with your General Tire credit card, you can get up to an additional $80 added to your Visa prepaid card. For more information, hit them up, GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for over 2 decades.
Spring forward with real unlimited data from Straight Talk this tax season and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. So you can stream games during Mad March hours, check the weather for April showers, and watch gardening videos about May flowers. Straight Talk, real unlimited data, available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 4/15/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires purchase of single line gold unlimited plan or higher. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Of all time, Mario Andretti. This segment brought to you by good friends at Lucas Oil. Go to lucasoil.com to check out a line of products to keep all of your rides fat and happy. Inside your engine, outside your engine. You've heard me talking about this for 20 freaking years, right? Go to lucasoil.com. That's lucasoil.com. This guy needs no introduction, and I will keep it brief. He's the greatest of all time when it comes to race car driving. We're talking about Mario Andretti. He's never turned down an interview with us. Never. In our 25 years. He celebrated his 85th birthday on Friday. We're celebrating 25 years of Speed Freaks. Mario Andretti, now. Speed Freaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios. Freak Nation, I got to be honest with you. We have a calendar of musicians, drivers, people that are significant in entertainment and motorsports that will get a notice that their birthday's coming up. And last week, I got a notice that our good friend Mario Andretti is having his 85th birthday today or Friday. And I put a call into his PR person, and she got back and says, yeah, done. So first of all, Mario Andretti, happy 85th birthday to you, my friend.
I'm still 84. Thank you.
He doesn't want to count, can he?
Well, but look at this. Think about this, Mario. We're celebrating, Speed Freaks is celebrating our 25th anniversary this year. You're celebrating, I guess, kind of a milestone of eventually getting to 85. If you think about that, you were 60 years old at the time, still driving a freaking race car. Did you even think about 85 when you were 60?
Quite honestly, this is a gift, really, because I'll be realistic. To go through a career with just about 900 races and still walking. So I thank the Lord, and my blessings are here for sure. Just like every time AJ and I see each other, he says, "Man, I can't believe we're still standing." But so you can see that we're the fortunate ones, that were able to live through, those decades when things were not as kind to many of our drivers and our friends. So again, I don't take it for granted.
Well, on the birthday topic, and you brought up AJ, wasn't it your 79th birthday that he gifted you one of his rare vintage wines?
Ooh la la, yes, absolutely. Yeah, he's we've been exchanging things, exchanging nice nice niceties, which is it's it didn't happen, while we were still working.
Well, whose wine? Come on. I'm assuming you drank it. I would assume your wine's better, but you, the Andretti winery, the Foyt winery, or Childress, any compare contrast that you can do there?
Yeah, Andretti is the best. Yeah.
Clearly.
Napa Valley. Yeah, we got no, they're all drinkable.
Oh, that's good.
Mario Andretti, do you still get hung over drinking wine?
I try not to. Yeah, I think I need a few sips at a time. A couple sips a day, and that's good. That's good for you. Even my daughter, Dr. Barbie, says that she goes along with that. She said, "Yeah, Dad, you can keep doing that."
Okay, hold on a second. Stop the presses. So Dr. Barbie is validating, as long as it's in moderation, wine is good.
Yes.
Thank you, Barbie.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, she's a good doctor.
Again, Freak Nation, Mario Andretti joining us here in the Lucas Oil Studio. So much to talk to him about. You have IndyCar kicking off this weekend. You have Formula One eventually kicking off. But Mario, and I don't want to belabor the point of your birthday, but Crasher was sharing with me, and Crasher, you can get in better detail about this, really, that the fact that we're sitting here 85 years in the making with Mario for a reason.
Yes, I want to see the expression on your face when I say this name, because I believe this name is the reason why your history became what it was, and that we are so fortunate to now celebrate your history. Alberto Ascari.
You got it. You got it. He's the one that I can blame for falling in love with the sport, for sure. Aldo and I, basically at the age of just a young teenager, 11, 12, we just gravitated to the sport. Italy was, as you can imagine, you were with Ferrari, Alfa Romeo, Maserati, involved. They were very prominent in Formula One. So it was everywhere, the news. And somehow, for whatever reason, I've never been able to really put my finger on it. Aldo and I just totally gravitated to it. And our family didn't even own a car at the time. So there you have it. But Alberto Ascari was a current world champion, when I really fell in love with it. And Aldo and I were fortunate that some friends took us to Monza in 54 to actually witness a Grand Prix, an Italian Grand Prix. And I said this a million times, from there, the mold was cast, there was no plan B. And the impossible dream just was born, quite honestly. But Alberto Ascari was another one that paid the price. He was killed testing a car for Sebring a month before we left to come here to the States. So again, it was the sport was cruel, in those decades. We all know, but the mark was here. And what's amazing? That I was already inducted in the International Hall of Fame. And 2 years later, I was asked to present the induction to Alberto Ascari, to his son, Antonio.
Oh,
can you imagine that? The way things evolved, just from the time where, like I said, my dream began, and at Monza, and here I go. I clinched the world championship in Monza, and I won a sports car, the 1,000 Ks in Monza, Alfa Romeo, and I won the Grand Prix. So as you can see, when I look back, I can only be so thankful, and I am, because I could have never, ever imagined that all these things could come through for me.
And you're saying that it's just, I don't know how many people, let me preface this by saying, I feel like we kind of have a lazy society these days. So I don't know how many people really know the hardships or are aware of what your family went through just to get to the United States and the reason why you came to the United States. I mean, talking about that race where you saw Ascari take the win, I mean, you were in a refugee camp at the time, weren't you?
Yes, indeed. Yeah. Yes, I was born in what they call the peninsula, the region of Istria, peninsula of Istria, which after the Paris Pact of 1947, it was annexed, was given to Yugoslavia because obviously Italy lost the war along with Germany, so they had to give away some territory, and that was the one. And we were trapped inside a communist country then all of a sudden, and it was a choice. You know, you succumb to that communism, give everything up, all your possessions. Obviously, my dad, the family owned six parcels, almost 2,100 acres of land, and 6 tenants, and all of that goes back to the state. He said, I'm not going to work for the state. And us, like probably 90% of that population that wanted to remain Italians left. And there were camps set up in Italy, in our own country, all over the place, because part of our family was in Lucca, the other part was south of Florence and Arezzo. Wow. And there, you know, so that was it. And we were there from 48 to 55. 1952, we had maintained correspondence with an uncle that had immigrated here way early, I think in the early 1900s, actually. And he suggested to my dad, I said, why don't you apply for a visa and come to America? I will guarantee what guarantees you have to make, you know, for someone that's applying for residence here. You know, you have to guarantee a job, guarantee, you know, that you're going to have a place to go. And 3 years later, the visas came through. We almost forgot about it. And my dad says, well, we're going to America and maybe stay there for 5 years, then come back. And,
well,
so we came over, and 2 years later, Aldo and I started building a stock car. And actually, 4 years later is when my career started, right here in Nazareth, on a half-mile track, in 1959.
Of course, we continue on with a part two from the greatest of all time, Mario Andretti, next. Speed Freaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, get this. General Tire has launched a comprehensive Shield Plus Advantage plan for passenger and light truck tires. What that means for you is when you purchase General Tires, the Shield Plus Advantage plan lets you enjoy a complete package of multiple warranties and coverage to get the most from your tires. The plan applies to all General Tire passenger and light truck tires purchased as replacements in the U.S. and Canada with DOT serial numbers. For more information, hit them up on GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for 2 decades.
Lowe's knows that your deadlines don't change, even when your job does. But with Lowe's Buy Online, Pick Up in Store, we'll help you adjust on the fly. And when you absolutely can't leave the project, we can deliver to your job site as soon as same day. Lowe's knows pros. We help, you save. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes placed by 2 p.m. for same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Things are just better when you switch to Cricket. The sun shines a little brighter. Happy music starts randomly playing. Best of all, you can get iPhone 13 for just $29.99. With the ultra-bright Super Retina display and up to 19 hours of video playback, all on Cricket's super-fast 5G network. See? Isn't that better? Smile, you're on Cricket.
Requires new account imported on $60 plan. First service charge, tax to with sale. $25 activation fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See store for details.
Keeping your pride and joy perfect is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Start with Slick Mist Speed Wax. Simply mist on and wipe off for a professional detail or shine. For your tires and trim, there's Lucas Slick Mist Tire and Trim Shine. Spray on and wipe off for better than new look. Then finish her with Lucas Slick Mist Interior Detailer. Just spray and wipe. Easy. Use Lucas Slick Mist car care products and she'll never look better. Fast, easy, and professional. Really, it's sort of like having an extra set of hands. Or 3.
This segment of Speed Freaks is brought to you by BetterHelp. Go to betterhelp.com/speedfreaks now. And for those of you that have experienced therapy in the past, you know the benefits. Good on you. If you haven't, don't let it intimidate you. Therapy is so soothing. It's the way that color and stability can be added to your life. Listen, guys, we're a couple months into 2025. Have those resolutions really been working? Are you where you thought you were going to be? And it's okay to say no, because if not, maybe you need a little extra nudge in your life. Only you have the power to write your own story. And sometimes writing your story requires a little bit of a sidekick. BetterHelp can be that sidekick to help add color to your experiences, to help you with better relationships, to help everything have more meaning in your life. This type of therapy is pretty incredible. You don't have to drive 30 minutes out to a therapist and then drive another 30 minutes back, taxing you 60 minutes out of your day. This is convenient, online, and extremely affordable. Go check it out at betterhelp.com/speedfreaks for 10% off your first month. Add color, add meaning, add a little bit more happiness to your life. Give yourself that exhale that just helps you get through today, tomorrow, and the next month. That's what you owe yourself this 2025. That's betterhelp.com/speedfreaks, BetterHelp, HELP.com. You owe it to yourself.
3 years of sellout crowds. 3 years of edge of your seat action. 3 years of jaw-dropping finishes. Worldwide Technology Raceway has rocked the world of NASCAR. And now, NASCAR is giving us another reason to celebrate. The 2025 NASCAR Cup Series Championship playoffs are coming. Sunday, September 7th, 2025. Go to www.raceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
More with Mario Andretti coming up. But first, this segment brought to you by our good friends at General Tire. Go to generaltire.com to find out how you can get up to $80 back on a Visa prepaid card when you buy 4 qualifying passenger tires from General Tire. Now, through the end of April, go to generaltire.com to find out more about General Tire's $80 back on a Visa prepaid card. Part 2 of Mario Andretti. Crasher starts it off talking about really the nucleus of how Mario and his family got started in racing.
And wasn't it you and some of your school friends, obviously you and Aldo and some of your school friends who built this together without your parents knowing?
Without, yes, indeed, because as you can see, well, my mom, moms are much, but my dad, I think the language barrier obviously helped us, but my dad obviously, he didn't understand the sport, and he just knew about the dangers of it, because as you could see, there were fatalities left and right. I mean, I got to know about Indianapolis when Bill Vukovich won in 1954, and the average speed was over 120 miles an hour, which in kilometers per hour, in Europe, it was 200 kilometers per hour. So there was a big headline. And then Bill Vukovich is killed in 55, just before. And I was saying, Indianapolis, Bill Vukovich, and my dad said, well, they're all going. So we didn't dare. We were underage. At 19 when we started, actually it was illegal because to race professionally, you had to be 21 in those years, insurance and all that sort of thing. Anyway, and so my dad could have stopped us, and I didn't want to take the chance And we raced in the entire first season without my daddy knowing. And we were winning. Actually, Aldo won. We won Aldo won the first weekend, and I won the following weekend. You know, we had, of course, one car, two drivers, one helmet. And going back, you know, we had a few buddies, you know, that kind of understood our passion, and one, the geek, knew all the right things, Charlie Mitch. He's the one that really guided us through. And he know that we bought information from the Marshall. He was actually one of the Hudson, Hudson teams in NASCAR. We paid $500 for the information for all the setups, because we learned that the Hudsons were the ones that were winning pretty much all of the short track dirt races in NASCAR. And that's why we decided to do that, to build our first car, having a Hudson Hornet 1948, and build it to those specs. And I'll tell you what, it worked for us. So like I said, we had the right guidance, you know, somehow, you know, we got lucky. We had the right people on our side, and things worked out.
Anything in life requires a little bit of luck. So yes, I think the world is thankful that you had that luck. And speaking of luck, okay, you were talking about how your parents were very concerned about the dangers, the very real dangers of motorsport. And Aldo had an almost fatality in that year that you guys were very successful. But was that the turning point? Because then your parents had to find out that you were racing because your twin brother is in the hospital. Is that, though, when they said, okay, I get it now, even though Aldo just barely escaped? I get it?
Well, here's the thing. It was the very last race of the season, which was an invitational. It was a 100-lapper in Hatfield, Pennsylvania, and you could only qualify for that if you were in the top 3 in points on tracks that were within 150-mile radius. And so both Aldo and I qualified because we won some races that year. And so anyway, I got a ride with somebody else, you know, with the modified, and our car was actually a Sportsman, but it was fast. So Aldo, you know, was driving our car, and it was a qualifying heat. I already qualified in qualifying heat. He was running second to a guy by the name of Freddie Adams, who was a track champion, and he was qualifying. And I was out there just slowing him down, so because, you know, he was really, really going for it. And he hooked the guardrail, and he went end over end, and that was it. I mean, he had a fracture skull, base skull, and they gave him his last rites that night.
Oh.
Yeah, he was in the hospital for I think 57 days, 58, 7. He was in a coma for 3 weeks.
Oh,
yeah,
geez.
and that's how my dad found out that we were racing, and I slept in the hallway there at the hospital that night, and we had our girlfriends, which later became our wives, you know, that Deanne and Corky. And we just there, and the next day, chief of police come up to me and says, how old is that boy? I said, he's my brother, he's my twin, he's 21. You know, he was 19. But we had one of the local guys here at the newspaper, the family owned the newspaper. The newspaper had Les Young, that we had him change the birth date on our license, you know, so we could qualify. So the chief looked at that and my license, you know, and he says, yeah, 21, huh? You know, he knows. And later on, we became good friends with this man, with the chief, you know, because, you know, I won 3 in '63. I won 3, the third feature race of that Labor Day in a midget at Hatfield, and the chief said, I taught him how to drive. I was saying, we became friends. But can you imagine if he would have questioned that date, that my dad would have been responsible for, the time that my brother was in the hospital because the insurance would not pay for it.
Oh,
goodness. I don't even want to think about that.
No. None of us,
smokes.
again, none of us would be here had that chief of police kind of done his job.
Hey, Mario, which reminds me, I've never asked you this question in your tenure of coming into Speed Freaks. Mario Andretti joining us here in the Freak Nation. Tony Stewart, Jeff Gordon, two guys that dreamed of winning or running and winning the Indy 500, running an IndyCar that, again, for all intents and purposes, got snubbed and went to stock cars and won championships there. What about you? How did you end up being the open wheel god that you are versus going full-fledged into stock cars?
Well, quite honestly, my objective was always to get into open wheel. And as you can see, when I started, I drove in 59 and 60, in the stock cars, locally, Nazareth and Flemington, 3 different tracks in Mahoney Valley. And immediately when I became legal, 21, the objective was to somehow get into midgets. And the only way to do it, I don't know, the way I figured it out was to get into 3/4 midgets, talking to people and so forth. And then, so I talked Deanne's father at the time. Deanne and I were just going together. Deanne's father to buy me that midget, the midget that was Bobby Marshman was driving, the famous Deuce. That was pretty much, capable to win races, that car. And I had him, he bought it for me, and I ran that midget for full season. And that, I won actually the Teaneck, New Jersey. I won the 100 lapper there, which was the biggest race of the season for that and the winter season. And I earned myself a ride in a full-size midget with the Mateka brothers. And for an ARDC. ARDC was, the top midget club, had all, Len Duncan, Tony Bunny, all those, these are all historically, famous, the best midget drivers ever. And anyway, so that launched my career, And then from there, obviously I want to get into sprint cars and then champ cars. That was my objective all the way, because deep down, I always felt that I want to wind up and get my hand into Formula One somehow.
And Freak Nation, there is an hour's worth of Mario Andretti. Go to our YouTube page at Official Speed Freaks, where you can listen to the unedited, raw Mario Andretti here in the Freak Nation. And coming up next, we reveal the results from our Beat the Freaks, taking on the Freaks and IndyCar. Also coming up, Cole with the money stop. Man, they freaking nailed it. More Freaks next.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
From the labs at Lucas Oil Products, Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment is a multifunctional cleaner plus lubricant. For every fill-up of gas or diesel, add one 16-ounce can of Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment. One bottle can treat a tank of up to 21 gallons. Its special additives allows a better fuel burn to help increase your miles per gallon. Expect longer engine life, longer oil life, cleaner exhaust, and less fuel consumption. Lucas Oil, it works.
Well, Freak Nation, it's that time of the year when General Tire would like to hand you some cold, hard cash. Now through the end of April, purchase a set of 4 qualifying passenger tires from General Tire and get up to $80 back on a Visa prepaid card. Plus, if you purchase the 4 qualifying passenger tires with your General Tire credit card, you can get up to an additional $80 added to your Visa prepaid card. For more information, hit them up, GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire Speed Freaks for over 2 decades.
Huge news. Right now at Wendy's, you can get a Son of Baconator for just $3. I don't think you understand this situation. The Son of Baconator is only $3 for a limited time. You know, smoked bacon, rich melted cheese. That Son of Baconator is only $3. Thank you to whoever wished upon that star. For bacon that just won't quit, gotta be Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii, not valid on a combo or on third-party delivery platforms.
What's better than one win? 3 wins. With Straight Savings, you keep your own phone, get one line for only $25 a month with real unlimited data, and get rewarded with a $200 phone credit after 12 months. It's a win-win-win. Head to Walmart or visit straighttalk.com today. Switch to Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Straight Savings Plan enrollment requires compatible unlocked device and new line of service. Bonus device credit requires 12 months of active service. Offer ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. Taxes and fees apply. For network management practices, see Straight Talk's terms and conditions.
This segment of Speed Freaks is brought to you by BetterHelp. Go to betterhelp.com/speedfreaks now. And for those of you that have experienced therapy in the past, you know the benefits. Good on you. If you haven't, don't let it intimidate you. Therapy is so soothing. It's the way that color and stability can be added to your life. Listen, guys, we're a couple months into 2025. Have those resolutions really been working? Are you where you thought you were going to be? And it's okay to say no, because if not, maybe you need a little extra nudge in your life. Only you have the power to write your own story. And sometimes writing your story requires a little bit of a sidekick. BetterHelp can be that sidekick to help add color to your experiences, to help you with better relationships, to help everything have more meaning in your life. This type of therapy is pretty incredible. You don't have to drive 30 minutes out to a therapist and then drive another 30 minutes back, taxing you 60 minutes out of your day. This is convenient, online, and extremely affordable. Go check it out at betterhelp.com/speedfreaks for 10% off your first month. Add color, add meaning, add a little bit more happiness to your life. Give yourself that exhale that just helps you get through today, tomorrow, and the next month. That's what you owe yourself this 2025. It's betterhelp.com/speedfreaks, BetterHelp, HELP.com. You owe it to yourself.
3 years of sellout crowds, 3 years of edge of your seat action, 3 years of jaw-dropping finishes. Worldwide Technology Raceway has rocked the world of NASCAR, and now NASCAR is giving us another reason to celebrate. The 2025 NASCAR Cup Series Championship playoffs are coming Sunday, September 7th, 2025. Go to www.raceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Hey, Freak Nation, this segment's brought to you by Straight Talk. Need more data so you can stream your Speed Freaks or your favorite jams on a loop? Switch to Straight Talk and get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk, available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. A lot of things to hit in this last segment of this extravaganza, Freak Nation. We're going to talk about how the Money Stop nailed it when it came to showing you where, when, and how to win freaking money. Nice job there, Cole and Steven. Let's just go. Is Steven your younger brother?
We are 13 months apart. Yes, he is the younger one.
Bro, his freaking eyebrows are stout.
Right?
Yeah.
I was just telling my sister, my eyebrows suck. I hate my eyebrows so much.
How did he get those? It's not a unibrow, but they are some thick freaking monsters.
He got the good Italian genes. Luscious hair, thick hair. Mine's horrible. So even has like the olive skin too, the classic Italian skin. So
it's all
Who's to blame, mom or dad?
Mom. That's all mom.
Oh,
yeah.
Mother.
Also coming up, Beat the Freaks. We dove into IndyCar for the weekend, and we asked you, Freak Nation, to give us your 3 picks for IndyCar winners. It was close, and we'll reveal if our contestant actually won the damn thing coming up in moments. But first, we know the Oscars happened tonight. Earlier this week on on Horsepower Hump Day, which, by the way, it is on Wednesdays, noon, 3 o'clock Eastern time, right here on the YouTube channel. And we've had a snake draft for 4 favorite motorsports movies, all right? Well, some of us chose motorsports movies, some of us didn't. And Richie, how would you like to start off with this? Would you like to go into worst to best, or who kicked ass? What are we sitting at this point in time on a Sunday night?
Yeah, you could have voted. Unfortunately, the poll has now closed. The polling is shut. It's over and done with. We have a winner to name. But let's go worst to first. We'll go worst to first. Coming in dead last, it is a dead heat. Ooh. We have a tie between Cole and Crash. Both earned 17% of the votes.
Just a second. How does, again, Rotten Tomatoes gave Days of Thunder like a 20. So I get that. But still, it's like Cole's age and more. It's like, oh my God, Days of Thunder. I can't wait till Days of Thunder.
I'll tell you why.
How does he lose?
Because I was the one that came up with this idea. I am going to unilaterally make a decision here and say that Cole came in dead last, because here's the reason why, Cole. You took 2 movies that aren't even motorsports movies. Mm-hmm. So that's why you are going to officially come in dead last in the poll. So Cole's dead last. Okay. Crash is going to come in third.
What were her 3 or 4 picks?
Crash picked Rush, Ferrari, the Lionheart, and Right on Track. Those were Crash's 4 picks.
And I never marketed myself. So, yeah, shame on me. I didn't rally the troops like Erica Enders and my IndyCar folks.
Yep.
Yep. Bad.
It's okay. It's okay. You didn't do the work. You didn't put in the work. That's okay. But Kenny put in the work because he made the right choices and came in first.
Okay.
First, with 40% of the vote, absolute runaway with Senna, Ford versus Ferrari, Grand Prix, and Le Mans. So you had the electoral vote like sold on the people who are like over 55 years old.
I agree with you. That's true. And trust me, that wasn't my strategy going in there with the freaking old guy motorsports movies. It wasn't. Movies that were released in the freaking 50s. It wasn't my go-to. But you skipped Jack, stole every damn thing. You stole Talladega Nights. You stole Days of Thunder. Crasher, what was your top pick? Rush?
Rush was my number 1, then Ferrari, then Lionheart, and then Right on Track.
But I had an old guy, new movie in there with Ferrari versus Ford, right? Or Ford versus Ferrari.
Mm-hmm.
You did, yeah. Right. You had a great draft. I've seen both of those old movies, Le Mans and Grand Prix, and they're both really cool.
They're solid.
So what the hell do I get? I'm the freaking boss. What do you guys give me?
You make the rules. You didn't say that anybody was going to win something.
You get to make your speech. We are live on Oscar Sunday night. So if you're watching us on Monday, you know everybody who won. But I think I'm going to take a one shot at Kenny here. Let's do that.
Okay.
Love it.
There. Oh, hello.
Make your speech, sir. This is all your night, your win. Let's go.
What I would like to do is, of course, thank the Academy of the Freak Nation for allowing me to participate in the Freaks Oscars of motorsports movies. I will say I want to thank my 11-year-old daughter, my beautiful wife, for allowing me to take time out to be a part of this extravaganza. Lucas Oil, General Tire, thank you guys for making this thing possible. And to all you young ones out there that thought Days of Thunder and Talladega Nights was going to put over the top, you can kiss my ass. Thank you. Good night.
Nice and short. Okay.
Well done.
Wow.
Yeah. No music to play him out either. That was good.
I know.
So I get annoyed at speeches, man. Especially the ones that say, I forgot my speech or I left it. Bull S.
And then they rattle off 10 minutes of
forget memorize freaking 10 minutes of dialogue, but you can't remember your damn speech. Please.
Well done, Sergeant.
Okay. All right, Freak Nation, let's jump into this. Beat the Freaks, speaking of. Woo! We jumped into this one, didn't we? It, of course, kicked off with the IndyCar series this weekend, where we all picked our 3 favorite drivers to win the race, Crasher.
Yes.
We typically don't do IndyCar. We will do IndyCar for the season kickoff, and we'll do it for Indy 500, maybe for
the finale.
The finale, right? We should do it for freaking Monster
Unless a
Raceway,
big
to
story
goodness
comes up and it's massively in the headlines and out NASCAring NASCAR.
Yeah.
It just everything's it ebbs and flows.
Okay.
But mostly we do NASCAR.
Well,
yes.
we paid particular attention to IndyCar on Sunday afternoon, and I know Cole Cusimano, was this the first time you went flag to flag watching an IndyCar race?
It was first time flag to flag, and you wouldn't even know it because guess what? This guy beat all of you. Yeah. I beat these freaks. I beat our Beat the Freaks contestant, and I couldn't be happier. How's that? 1, 2, and 4 place finishes for my drivers. Look at that. Alex Palou, Scott Dixon, Scott McLaughlin. Give me all the smoke.
That's insanity. And you beat our contestant by only 5 points.
Well, share with the Freak Nation what happened with our contestant. Richie or somebody that likes to contribute to this show from time to time?
Okay. Cole, like you just said, he got first, second, and fourth. Our contestant, first, third, and fourth.
That's right.
That's insane.
Last lap of the race is when Scotty D made that pass, and that's what gave Cole the win. I'm not even going to talk about my finish. This is the second straight week I finished dead last. I need to stop going out on a limb.
Yikes!
I picked Little Dave Malukas, and that did not pay off for me whatsoever.
What was, and I know we talked about this, I think it was the first segment of this hour. What a piss poor performance with Palou Award. Granted, technical issues, but that qualify. What did he qualify? 25th, Crasher?
23rd, but didn't he finish 11th? I need to relook again. He, as he said in his tweet, they turned poop into gold today. So
Two-shot
yes,
Richie, maybe?
He had an awful car. They had issues in qualifying. They again had issues at the beginning of the race.
When does he not complain about his car when it's sitting as a back marker? Is it ever Pato Award's fault?
He legitimately had a crap car. He had an awful car all weekend. And here, let me just
just gets old hearing that come out of Pato's mouth that, yeah, the car kind of blew.
Finished 11th.
Okay.
So from 23rd to 11th. That's not awful at all. Like you said, turned poop to gold.
Look, if Chase Elliott can get spun the first lap and work his way back into what was that, Cole?
4th place finish.
Yeah, come on.
Okay.
All right.
So we're Chase Ellioting Paddle Award.
Well, first of all, Crasher, congratulations to Cole Cusimano for beating the bejesus out of all of us.
What does he win? Does he need to give a speech?
No speech. Hell no. We've already spent enough time on this thing.
No, his bank account. He got richer in his bank account, so that's more than enough.
Well, let's get to that money stop, man.
We will, just a second. We'll remind the Freak Nation that every Friday or Saturday morning we drop a video of us picking our 3 favorites to win the race. Typically it's NASCAR, but this weekend we did IndyCar. So follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, even TikTok. We'll try and incorporate it there. And you'll get a shot to win about it could be $1,250 plus worth of tires, depending on your hot rod, from General Tires, generaltire.com. Speaking of winning some money, the Money Stop, you got about 45 seconds. Nice job, guys. The Money Stop, which you can find on our YouTube page. Real quick, what'd you guys nail?
We cleaned house. So we highlight 12 drivers every week, favorite sleepers and value picks. We nailed the top 4 drivers. We got 8 of the top 10 drivers and 10 of the top 12 finishers. So we were money in the bank this week. It was our best show yet, and we're going into our home track advantage here with Phoenix this weekend. So stay tuned for Friday. We drop our shows every Friday at 7 a.m. on Speed Freaks YouTube channel.
Oh my gosh, 8 of the top 10.
They are called the Money Stop for a reason, Freak Nation. If you miss any of the show, go to our website, speedfreaks.tv. You can listen to the whole damn thing or check it out on YouTube or our Facebook page. Thank you guys for being a part of this big old thing. See ya!
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Well, Freak Nation, it's that time of the year when General Tire would like to hand you some cold, hard cash. Now through the end of April, purchase a set of 4 qualifying passenger tires from General Tire and get up to $80 back on a Visa prepaid card. Plus, if you purchase the 4 qualifying passenger tires with your General Tire credit card, you can get up to an additional $80 added to your Visa prepaid card. For more information, hit them up, generaltire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for over 2 decades.
For more than 30 years, Lucas Oil Products has been solving some of the most difficult mechanical problems in the automotive, marine, and industrial industries. From our original Core 4 products, heavy-duty oil stabilizer, power steering, stop leak, transmission fix, and fuel treatment, we have now developed over 400 custom products to help solve some of the world's toughest mechanical issues. Go to lucasoil.com to see what we have in store for you. Lucas Oil, it works.
Spring forward forward with real unlimited data from Straight Talk this tax season and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. So you can stream games during Mad March hours, check the weather for April showers, and watch gardening videos about May flowers. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 4/15/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires purchase of single line gold unlimited plan or higher. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Lowe's knows that your deadlines don't change, even when your job does. But with Lowe's Buy Online, Pick Up in Store, we'll help you adjust on the fly. And when you absolutely can't leave the project, we can deliver to your job site as soon as same day. Lowe's knows pros. We help, you save. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes placed by 2 p.m. for same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
This segment of Speed Freaks is brought to you by BetterHelp. Go to betterhelp.com/speedfreaks now. And for those of you that have experienced therapy in the past, you know the benefits. Good on you. If you haven't, don't let it intimidate you. Therapy is so soothing. It's the way that color and stability can be added to your life. Listen, guys, we're a couple months into 2025. Have those resolutions really been working? Are you where you thought you were going to be? And it's okay to say no, because if not, maybe you need a little extra nudge in your life. Only you have the power to write your own story. And sometimes writing your story requires a little bit of a sidekick. BetterHelp can be that sidekick to help add color to your experiences, to help you with better relationships, to help everything have more meaning in your life. This type of therapy is pretty incredible. You don't have to drive 30 minutes out to a therapist and then drive another 30 minutes back, taxing you 60 minutes out of your day. This is convenient, online, and extremely affordable. Go check it out at betterhelp.com/speedfreaks for 10% off your first month. Add color, add meaning, add a little bit more happiness to your life. Give yourself that exhale that just helps you get through today, tomorrow, and the next month. That's what you owe yourself this 2025. That's betterhelp.com/speedfreaks, BetterHelp, HELP.com. You owe it to yourself.
3 years of sellout crowds, 3 years of edge of your seat action, 3 years of jaw-dropping finishes. Worldwide Technology Raceway has rocked the world of NASCAR, and now NASCAR is giving us another reason to celebrate. The 2025 NASCAR Cup Series Championship playoffs are coming Sunday, September 7th, 2025. Go to www.raceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
Speed Freaks.